get there in time without your help. The only magic that will allow me to transport myself remotely is naming magic, and as Heggatty has not yet attempted to use my calling name, I can only assume she is injured. The only other people in the vicinity who might cooperate are you and your cohorts.
Once again you place me in an awkward position, Greystagg. You forever ask us to respect your neutrality when the opposition endangers the powers that be, and yet you always demand I come running whenever they endanger you.
I have no memory of you running to our aid when Witchhaven was destroyed, Treguard, nor do I remember asking you to do so.
Even so, that hardly places me in your debt.
If the opposition finds Heggatty before we do, he will have the only witch amber I know of in the entire land. The Sisterhood will be, quite simply, his to command. Even against you.
That sounds unpleasantly like a threat.
Not a threat, a mere acknowledgement of fact. If the Grey Sister's survival depends on Lord Fear, then we will have no alternative but to cooperate with his every wish. If he chooses to feed us power on the sole condition that we use it against you, we shall have no other choice. If you were to help us now, on the other hand, you might prevent that situation from ever coming to pass.
I'll help, but in my own way.
And what does that mean?
With respect, madam, I find you a little easier to trust than the opposition, and the idea of any more of your cohorts at large in my castle or lands makes me feel distinctly uncomfortable. I'll gather up some of my own people, and we shall find your friend. That way I can make sure she leaves once the mutual danger is removed.
But...
It's either that, or you can try and sort it out entirely by yourself. I should remind you that as things stand, Heggatty is still the only one who has permission to be on my lands, and that permission expires soon.
As will she if I am not there to rescue her.
I will rescue her. Lord Fear is most dangerous, but he's quite mistaken if he imagines that he can defeat the Dungeon Master of Knightmare Castle in the lands of Dunshelm itself.
Not up there, you miserable little things. She ain't gonna be hiding in a tree, not the shape she must be in.
Skarkill, answer me immediately, or you'll be roasted atomic powder before you can say talc.
I hears you, face Lordship.
Well, report then, imbecile. You think I called you just to hear the melodious tones of your voice?
No sign of the crone yet, your faceship.
No sign? For crying out loud, she can't have got up and gone for a jog. Try searching with your eyes open this time.
I only has the one, your faceship.
True, I might as well have sent some cabin whites to look for her, all the chance you've got of seeing anything in front of your ugly face. Keep looking. Or the nearest equivalent you can manage.
We's looking, faceship, we's looking. She won't get away from us. I'll stake my reputation on it, like.
Oh, you staked your reputation on it, does ya? Forgive my failure to perform gymnastics of joy, Skarkill. Your reputation isn't worth the parchment that no one can be bothered to write it down on. Where do you plan to search next?
Well, we was on the edge of Dunn Forest right now, your faceship. She might have fallen near one of the elf portals, like. Could have crawled through one.
Well then, find the elf portal and follow her through it.
I can't do that. The goblin's scared of elf pass.
Then you'll have to go on your own, won't you?
On me own? Such a witch. On me own? Need Dunn Wood.
Oh, don't pout, Skarkill. That feeble-minded crone couldn't cast a cold spell in the middle of winter, even when she's in one piece. And one of my fireballs have just sent her tumbling 100 feet. She probably won't be able to hear you approaching, let alone fight you. Get after her and... Wait a moment. Cease communication, Skarkill. Someone is eavesdropping on us.
Quick! Put the spyglass down, Stiletta.
You don't need to tell me twice.
The situation looks grim indeed. We'll need to find Heggatty soon, even if the opposition don't. She can't be in a good way if she still hasn't contacted Greystagg.
Yeah, almost sound like you care.
Of course he cares. Big softies, these Dungeon Master types.
I wouldn't put that theory to the test if I were you, Elita, or I may let you take point while we're searching.
Like I'm scared.
You should be. If we run into trouble, you'll be the first to run into it.
I don't have to help you, you know.
We're paying you, aren't we? You do want the emerald I'm offering you.
I suppose so.
Well, it's worth taking point for, then. Stiletta, put the eye shield on your arm. It should help us to find where Heggatty has fallen.
Oh, top hole! I've always wanted to try this thing on.
Let's get moving.
Gripper, leave that dead stoat alone. I want your mind on hunting witches, not foods. Mind indeed. Oh? What's this? Rock? You found something? Alright, we're here. Know what you found! Face it, can you hear me?
Better than I'd ever want to, Skarkill. What is it?
I'm near now.
Oh, don't come whining to me about the little confusions of life, Skarkill. If you're worth continued employment in my organisation, you should be well capable to sort these matters out for yourself.
No, pardon me, Fish. I mean, for real, it's fallen down our own ground.
So climb out again, you pointless...
No, you don't understand, you Fish. I think you should come and have a look for yourself. It's some kind of tunnel under the ground. I thought we may have found where she's hiding like.
I'm on my way. Don't do anything until I arrive.
I don't like this. The eye shield seems to be leading us right into the very heart of the Dunn Wood. It's dangerous to be here at the best of times.
It's as good a place as any. I mean, I can't think of many safe places to dwell anywhere else.
True, but I mean the Greenwood really isn't our sort of turf.
Maybe we should get your biggest friend, Gherkin, yeah?
Pickle, I think you mean. And I don't think we've got time to search for both a sissy wood elf and a babbling crone.
No, wait a moment. We seem to be heading for an elf portal.
I see it.
Where do you reckon it leads?
I don't know. These paths have a bad habit of shifting without warning. But I suspect it might lead to one of the old castles the dungeon has spread to in its time.
All right, I'm here. What have you got to show me?
Blood, you Fish. Look. There's a thin trail of fresh blood leading off from that direction.
So there is. I'm impressed, Skarkill. I may have to reassess the qualities of your visual prowess.
Well, thank you, Fish. That's very flat.
Shut up. Let's have some light.
That's a bit better.
Yes, but the illumination from this torch doesn't go far. Skarkill, your goblins have the best eyesight in poor light, so send them on ahead. You next. I'll follow and keep watch on the rear guard.
At once.
Well, wherever this is, it's sure got to be the worst furnished castle I ever saw. I can't see much for the lighting arrangements down here. I can hardly see where I'm walking.
Stop moaning, Elita.
I'll moan if I like, face sake. You're supposed to be a professional dungeon master, and this was your best guess. Castles.
Well, it was only a guess.
Yeah, well, to be fair, as underground tunnels go, this one's very stately. In fact, it reminds me of that weird plush hidden compartment behind the throne at King Aron's court. Well, it was the greatest honour of my life visiting the king himself, offending him with the greatest story about him and the goat, and then getting carted along that very same tunnel into the king's own private dungeon.
You got thrown into a dungeon for telling story?
Well, it was after I got drunk and told him all forest elves are poncy tree-hugging pansies.
Elita, can you save this story for the long winter evenings? Or better still, for after I'm dead?
You mortals have no respect for royal traditions. That's your problem.
Oh, I don't know. I've got a fondness for some of them. Like beheadings.
There she is!
What? Oh, easy, you little loudmouth. Even an elf could have a heart attack, you know.
Don't let us know about your physical weaknesses, Elita. It might tempt us. Majida, is Heggatty all right?
No, she out cold, and she bleeding. She need help quickly.
I agree. She's got broken bones and heaven knows what else. I reckon she needs healing magic. Maybe we should summon Greystagg.
No, I'm still uncomfortable about the idea of allowing more witches loose so close to Dunshelm.
She got other things to worry about, Treguard.
She ain't the only one, is she?
What the?
He's the Goblin Master.
What's this? You're worried about a goblin master when I'm in the room? Does my reputation no longer go before me? I must have a word with my PR man. Draw that sword and I'll roast your little witch friend in hot fireballs, Treguard.
Throw even one fireball at her and you'll destroy the witch amber you're looking for. You can't blackmail the Grey Sisters without it.
I'll risk it, so back off, Treguard.
Convince me.
Face it, Fear. We're too evenly matched for either side to win, even if we could fight. And we can't in such a confined space anyway. We don't want to risk harming Heggatty, and you don't want to risk harming the amber.
You don't seriously imagine I'll just turn and walk away without the amber, do you? Retreat is not something I countenance easily.
Neither do we.
In that case, let's just...
Fish, wait! Look at the roof!
What of it?
It ain't strong. Just one odd nice could bring it down on us.
Your call, I think, Fear. Even you wouldn't be reckless enough to start a fight down here, surely.
The classic standoff situation, you Fish.
So it is. All right, Treguard, no combat. But I still want the amber, and we need to settle who takes what. So what I propose is you give me all the amber the witch has obtained. We'll leave peaceably, and then you can take Heggatty back to Ambroheim.
Not a chance, bonehead. We ain't letting you take the witch amber. You have the Grey Sisters after us within a month.
Correct. I'm afraid, Lord Fear, that while this may be a zero combat zone, it's still winner takes all. The only possible outcomes are that Greystagg will have Heggatty and the Amber, or you will have both.
How do we decide, though? Draw straws?
There may be a more worthy way, less dependent on luck.
If you're about to suggest one of those tedious riddle contests...
Not quite. Riddle contests are still too random. I suggest we try something a little more old-fashioned.
Old-fashioned. That's you to a T, isn't it, Bristle Boy? No technology, no forward thinking, no style.
We've already established that modern methods won't work in a place like this. I suggest we settle this by trying an old game my early ancestors would often play.
And what's that?
It's sometimes called Traill by Saga.
That sounds interesting. What would it involve?
It's a contest to establish who has the most frightening history. To test, one of you will tell a true story from his past. Then one of my people will tell one from theirs. Whoever's story is the most disturbing shall be judged the winner, and they may take custody of Heggatty.
We'd never agree to that.
And why is that?
Who'll be referee? Nobody is neutral, so can be trusted to make a fair call.
He's right, Treguard. I'm not going to let you decide whose story is best, so who can do it?
Why, you will, Lord Fear. You will make the judgment.
What?
You're letting him?
You're not serious. You know let Fear Lord thingy say who win. You're gonna cheat. You can't.
I can, and I will.
What?
The decision is made, I think. Unless you wish to turn down the responsibility, Lord Fear.
Certainly not. I'm quite happy to accept the burden.
Thank you, my lord. I appreciate your selflessness.
This is crazy.
If you insist, but it's too late to change our minds now. The terms have already been agreed.
But she's right for once. This is ridiculous. Even if there's a chance in hell that Bone Brain over there plays fair, who have we got who can come up with a story that he'd find scary? You might as well let him take Heggatty now.
Is that an offer, Elfling?
Not a chance, bacon face.
Oh, what a time waste. Still, I'll humour you. Shall we begin our little contest?
Yes, let's get on with it. Certain defeat is worse the longer it lasts.
That's why gloating's such a favourite pastime of mine. I love prolonging my opponent's misery unnecessarily. So, who is to have the first attempt at frightening and sickening the enemy, then?
I believe I specified that the opposition would have first turn, Fear. So choose one from your party. Now.
That will be a pleasure. I would like to present to you all someone who everyone admires and respects. Someone who's breathtakingly handsome, talented, and intelligent. Someone charismatic and visionary. A leader amongst leaders. A leader for our times and for all time.
It's you, huh?
Well, from such a dead ringer description, who else could it be? Yes, I shall tell the first story.
What's it about, then, Bishop?
Well now, I did have a predecessor as the ruler of the opposition, you know, and my succession wasn't the smoothest process you could ever imagine. But then I prefer it that way. My name is Fear for a reason, you know. I'm not altogether human, in fact, even if I have a human form.
Hardly.
All right, then, even if I have a hardly human form. I am a techno-sorcerer, and I inspire a techno-fear reaction in all who cross me. That's how I came into being.